What is going on, guys? It's your boy Slick, and today we're going to be talking about the STRV-103, the S tank, new Swedish premium, coming to a War Thunder near you very, very soon. Now, I don't really want to talk too much about how the aiming system works right now. I can give you a rundown. Basically, you move your mouse when you're in your aiming mode, and your tank will aim precisely where you're looking. Now, currently it is a little jank, so you'll see in the test server and whenever I use this, it's very, very janky. It just looks like it's clicking left to right. I'm sure they're going to smooth it out by the time the next iteration of the dev server is available, but I did some testing on the tank anyway. Having the aim mode on or off doesn't affect the top speed or how fast you can go. This tank almost goes as fast in reverse as it does forward, and it's a little bit slower than I thought it would be. So it did boast in the dev blog that it was going to be a very maneuverable tank, and it'd be really good on any surface. Now, I got it personally up to 40, I think, maybe 42 kph, which isn't bad, but at the same time, it's not as fast as I thought it would be. Now, the reverse speed, on the other hand, it almost goes faster in reverse up to a certain point. I think I got it going almost 40, 30, 38 maybe in reverse. You'll see it in the video behind me. But, yeah, it goes really, really quick in reverse, which is good for this tank because it plays like a tank destroyer. Now, I know I said that in my dev blog video about this, and people were like, no, it's an MBT. I understand that it is designated as an MBT. My whole idea behind saying that is it's going to play like a tank destroyer in this game. It's not going to play like the MBTs play. You're not going to be able to rush and use your turret and launch smoke shells and then, move around the map. You have to play this like a hold down TD. That being said, it will be very good as a hold down TD. The upper front plate on this tank, it's a 7.3 in the dev server currently. So, it could change, but it's probably going to be a 7.3 on the live server. Now, at 7.3 frontally, if you are angled properly, which is just a little, if you have your lower front plate covered and you're on a hill and you're aiming down a little bit, so the slope's increased, you will be impenetrable from the front. And when I say impenetrable, I mean impenetrable. The Leopard 2A5, you'll see later on in this video that we did testing with, it couldn't pen this thing when it was angled. So I simulated like I was looking over a hill, aimed the tank up a little bit, increased that angle, and the Leopard couldn't pen it. And then he brought out a MBT 70. So the pen on the MBT 70 APFSDS is pretty decent, and that thing couldn't pen the top. Now, I don't know about HESH or HE. I'm sure Russian HE, and, well, I guess it won't have to face Russian HE at 7.3, right? But especially the HESH will cause some issues for this tank because it negates slopes. It doesn't really care. And the armor is pretty thin. It's not extremely thick armor that makes it. It's the extreme sloping of this tank. It really is a door wedge. It's funny because we've been talking about the BMPs calling them wedges, and this thing is the king wedge. Now, another thing that you guys are going to want to note that I think is fairly important. This tank cannot cause other tanks to jump off of it. It cannot act like a ramp. At least unless you're completely snug with a hill and match the hill's incline, a tank can drive over you. But other than that, we used an R3 T106, which is that Italian speedy boy, and you can't ramp it. It's just unfortunate, but you can't ramp it. And Mystic said that even with normal tanks that he was using, an RU, etc., he couldn't ramp it either. So you can't ramp off the front of this thing. No Dukes of Hazzard, crazy GTA moments, which is a little unfortunate because I kind of wanted to see that. But it is a really good tank. It's going to be really good. Now, if they fix the aiming, which I think they will, it might still not be as accurate as a normal tank. In terms of getting the precise shot if you have to aim for like something small. It also only gets APDS. It doesn't get any type of APFSDS. So it only has 2 different shells of APDS and I believe a HESH shell. The second APDS shell does like 280 pen, I think at like 100 meters. So it's a decent shell, especially for 7.3, but nothing too crazy, no APHE. Nothing like that. No memes really are going to come from that. But it's a good tank. I think it's going to be good. And that depression that this tank offers on hills is going to be ridiculous. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. As you can see there, I just survived a Leopard 2A5 shot. He did pen, but I survived it pretty much fine. And that's a tank that's a 10-3. So, yeah, it's got the armor. It's got the gun depression. It's got the gun elevation. It's got everything you can kind of offer for a tank destroyer. So don't comment down below and say, oh, it's not a tank destroyer, it's an MBT. No, it plays like a tank destroyer. That's why I said that. It doesn't play like an MBT. And even in real life, it plays like a tank destroyer, all right? You got to ambush with this tank. There's no way in hell you're shooting this on the move in real life, aiding infantry in urban environments, doing anything like that. All right, you're not. It's meant to hide behind a berm, and if somebody tries to invade Sweden, it's gonna clip you. That's what it was meant to do. Okay, they use leopards in Sweden. You know why they use leopards? Because it's an MBT. All right, I'm done. Enjoy the rest of these funny clips. I hope you guys are excited for this vehicle. I'm pretty excited, and yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you guys. The deuces.